Hello, wonderful LARP watchers, and welcome back to the Super Mega Hump Day Wednesday stream.
Wow.
Yay!
Yay!
I had a good day. I don't know about you, but...
Pardon?
But then I don't work Monday, Friday, so...
It's the best thing in the world to work Monday, Friday.
They are the best days to be at work.
Yep. Announcements. Our social media team,
Yes.
well done.
Thank you.
I notice I have been putting up some memes.
Yep, it should happen.
I've been helping. We actually had announcements of when we were going to play, which was very nice. I still haven't set you the stuff for the map, I'm sorry.
That's still going on.
Yep.
I'm literally the worst human being alive.
3 months or something like that. It's really foggy, right? So
Yes, it's very accurate.
yeah.
I'll do it this weekend, in between refereeing and playing D&D and LARPing. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I oversaw.
Right, we're a little bit late. Let's jump into it.
Okay.
So, quick recap.
Gabriel's the worst.
Gabriel is the worst.
Gabriel is the worst.
Gabriel's the best.
That's all we need for a recap. That was it.
Red was very pro Gabriel, and now
Now it's like...
So you managed to reconsecrate the church in Vallaki,
We achieved something.
buying the people some time against the onslaught. Now the full moon has passed. That was the undead from the west. The consecration went further than it used to. Stronger consecration on the land. But the church is now precariously balanced as the foundations fell from underneath it. You also managed to convince Erwin, for better or for worse, that he should return to the Wizards of Wine with his wife and children. So they prepare to say goodbye to Vallaki and the Blue Water Inn. They said they're going to travel tomorrow morning. It's about 1 o'clock, 12 to 1 o'clock, midday. You've walked over near Lady Watch's house. And you felt you were being watched. The building opposite, you managed to pick out 2 crossbowmen. There were 2 people by the doors, and the sun came out to meet you and gave you an ultimatum. Come and help us make this a clean, swift cut. Dispose of the monster who is running Vallaki into the ground. No innocent people need to die. Give the word that you'll come in, or give him your word that you'll come in and parley and speak to her, and there'll be no violence, and he'll take you inside. You left to go and talk on the street near them, under their watchful eye, but outside of earshot, as he waited by the front door looking grumpy, asking if he'd done his duty yet and was allowed a drink.
Did you say a specific time that we had to meet her, or was it just any time that we
He was ready to take you inside straight away.
But we had to promise to serve her, basically, before we went in.
Yeah.
No, you had to promise that you weren't going to be violent, and
It was
That was
bigger
side of her.
than that.
Yeah.
she asked us to pledge. It was fealty, basically,
Yeah.
there and then,
Yeah, she
Support
promised
her.
to support her over
before we'd
the-
even be allowed in.
in a nutshell, yeah. As he waits by the door, you would assume she is nearby. Some of you have been up for quite a while. And it is midday.
And a lot of people use a lot of spell slots.
So,
We clearly can't talk here. Shall we go back to the Blue Water Inn? Is that where we've just come from via the
Yes, just where
toy
we
shop?
came
Wild
from.
toy shop.
Yeah.
Just to the south.
Just checking.
It's not too far from here. It's sort of on the crossroads of town.
Like 5-10 minutes away.
Less than that, a couple of minutes.
Alright.
Kind of sits in between.
we could talk to the Baron as well. He asked us to drop by.
Elian, would you be so kind as to tell Master Watcher that we thank him for his offer, but we must talk about it before we make a decision?
No. I'll walk up to him.
So again, he looks reasonably disgruntled, waiting at the door. Think classic jock. And you've got him you've got him down. Let me dig him out. Thought I had a good picture of him, but I don't. Sad times. If he was in a sort of major city, you wouldn't really give him a second look. But here, he definitely looks a cut above the average Barovian. Mm-hmm. So, what is it to be? You have decided?
No, we've decided to go away and deliberate.
She won't be happy.
Well, she can't expect us to lightly swear that kind of oath. Well, she can, but not reasonably.
He kind of looks to his left and right, leans forwards. Just don't be here tonight. I don't understand what the issue is. This is something she wants. You can smell the alcohol on his breath as he leans forwards.
We're being asked to be complicit in a bunch of deaths. That's something that we're going to talk about.
He just gives a half shrug to that.
Anyway, see you later.
And he turns on his heel, little knock on the door. So you hear a latch being pulled across and he makes his way inside.
I will rejoin the others. So, we have a fair few hours left in the day. It's probably a good idea if we have a proper rest. What else do we want to do? Do we want to talk to the Baron? See how things stand there? And at some point we should talk about what we're going to do.
The Burgermeister is currently holed up in his home, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we at least go talk to him briefly just to keep him comparatively sweet?
Whatever.
Seems like a good idea.
Fine.
Is there anyone else around?
Within earshot of you now, no. You can't see anyone really. 2 men to the west in the building, 2 men to the east outside the house.
Let's go back to the inn and discuss what we're going to do then.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
We need to at least give a show that that is what we're doing for Lady Watcher's cause.
That is what we're doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we can't say that we're going to do that and then wander off in
The opposite direction.
You make your way back down South Street.
Yeah.
See very few guards, very few people. The road has various puddles in it. It's quite damp, nasty weather. Not as cold as you have been in Barovia, but it's definitely unwelcoming. You make your way down to the Blue Water Inn. Smell of cooked food meets you in stale beers and wines. There's a couple of people in there who you've seen in before. No one of worth. And Erwin and the children hurrying around. Well, Danica is behind the bar serving.
I'm going to go straight up to the room.
I'll follow Constance.
I will follow, hunching my shoulder blades defensively.
What does that mean?
Doesn't want to get hit
punching.
again.
So over
does
there.
Punching, like punching.
If my fists are in the way, the knives can't go.
Yeah. Once we are inside, I'm going to close the door and cast Divine Sense in the room.
Okay.
Do I see anything other than the usual for these guys? And is there anything else?
No.
Bing, 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 bing.
As you look around and look deeper,
It's on one of the little white cards.
as your eyes focus in on people, you look towards Jackal and nothing, and Red and nothing.
I don't pick up anything that I usually pick up, or I don't
No
pick up anything
evil.
different from usual.
Normal.
Okay.
Gabriel is cloudy.
When is he not? But there's nothing else in the room that is okay. I have an idea. It may be a terrible idea, but I'd like to put it to you and see if this is something that we could decide upon.
But ideas
Any
better than
idea is a
mine.
good idea at this point.
3 of us can pass for other people, other things than we are. One of us can disguise other ones of us. There's going to be a coup tonight. What if the Burgermeister isn't there, but the Burgermeister is still there?
Swapping him out.
You mean we take his place?
Take his place. We've got a Burgermeister. We've got the Burgermeister's dog.
Yeah.
We've got a patch of
Invisible.
space near the Burgermeister. And
So
we've
all I
got,
was born to play Patch of Space near Burgermeister.
we've got a Barovian who may well be there anyway. Presumably you've got some sort of extra clothes that you could put on to pass for, a member of the guard.
Pass for me.
Pass for.
Generic
You know,
Barovian.
We could.
Could you put a
Just-
stick-on beard or something?
I'm sure there's hair in the horses' stables.
And if your talents with the cart or anything to go by, we've also got 2 suits of armour that happen to be in the room.
Yeah, that'll work.
Really pretty ones, don't worry.
Constance, that's probably the best idea I can think of at the moment.
Yeah.
Seems-
So we need to go to the Burgermeister and discuss this.
What I would say in response to that is we will end up fighting a bunch of her thugs,
Yes. Will that be...
probably killing them.
Yes.
We do that a lot.
Yeah. Let me finish. And then the only way that actually ends is if we go and kill Lady Watcher.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, we need to see what's in her basement. That was on our...
That was
Yes.
the whole point of going over there, was to
Yes.
go to the evil basement.
And that might be easier if we take out quite a lot of her forces who think that they're ambushing a man sleeping in his bed, or a man sitting at dinner with his people, or a man with whichever guards.
You
he
have
has.
a point. On the other hand, we have enough time to have a proper rest
Yes.
and then go over there before it all starts.
Yes.
I think that was
I don't think
part
there's
of
a-
the plan
yeah.
as well.
I don't think it's either or.
Items 1 and 2.
So the first thing we do is
Rest.
go
Rest.
rest, then go to her house. Then, right, okay.
Go to the
Go
Burgermeister's
to the
house.
Burgermeister, then once some of her thugs have been dealt with, go back to Lady Watcher's house, which will then be
Less secure.
slightly less guarded.
Could we send a messenger to Lady Watcher to say that we politely decline, but we'll be leaving the town to her? Leaving the town to not get involved?
One problem with leaving the situation to the point where she has sprung her trap on the Burgermeister is that it will mean that it will be a full-blown coup at that point. We know she's going to start a coup. Can we not stop it before it starts rather than
This is
dealing with
kind
the
of
But
my
what do we know?
feeling.
What do we know
How?
about that? How is she going to do it? Like, we haven't got any intelligence about where or what she's going to do.
Well,
other
we
than
can-
we know that tonight she's going to attack him.
And we
can
can't
go
get into
and
the
just
house.
enter.
We could go into her
In broad
house
daylight, just walk in.
where she is probably surrounded by guards.
remind
We've
me
seen the
why-
crossbows on the top. We know that she is expecting us.
Remind me why we can't just lie.
lie?
So,
Say that we
Pretend
agree to
take
their
this
terms.
oath. Words are words.
well, not necessarily. It
Can
depends
words
how.
hurt you? Except for in
Yeah.
magic.
Well,
Yes.
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 If, for example, she asks us to swear an oath on in Mother Knight's name, for example,
Then you kill her. It gets us entry into the house, doesn't
but
it?
she wants us to swear the oath before we meet her. That's the problem. And I won't. It's a bad idea to swear that kind of oath that you just don't mean, because there will be consequences.
Bigger consequences than a full-blown moot.
I-
Whatever the word was.
Coup.
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 like a pigeon. But potentially, yes. Like, I don't want to sound selfish, but I'm quite attached to my everything.
There's somebody here who has had to deal with making agreements or messing with forces that are other than the everyday. I mean, you spent the last however long in a bag. I expect you wouldn't like to do the same thing again, just Lady Watcher's particular pocket. Like, I don't see this ending any other way than her attacking him and us either leaving them to it and then trying to take them out afterwards when she's weakened by having taken out his forces, or us trying to do something before that. The one time she won't be expecting it is if we bolster the forces up there. And remember, there is something else that he has that she may not be expecting.
What?
His son.
His son, the attic.
The boy in the attic. He has power.
Who knows what he can do?
I still have no memory of this.
We'll reacquaint you.
So we go to the Burgermeister and offer him
Yes.
a service.
Who is Vallaki there with? Burgermeister or Lady Watcher?
Who is what, sorry?
Who are
Who's
they better
Vallaki
off with? Who's the stronger leader?
We don't know. That's the problem. I mean,
Burgermeister
I don't
hasn't
know
got
about
an
you,
evil
but
basement.
I don't. Yes.
No, he's got an attic. But
A coward or someone with something evil in their home.
she
So,
is evil.
Better
We
the
I know
Yes.
she is evil. She gives off
So evil or cowardice.
vast quantities of
Better
Just
the devil you know than the devil you don't. So-
tingles down my spine. I want to vomit when I detect any kind of,
I'd rather trust the Burgermeister.
So-
who
A
we
weak
know.
leader is a leader that can be used.
I have a theoretical idea of how we could get into our house.
All of us at the same time. Hardly conspicuous.
Exactly. True. Still a few kinks to work out, but bear with me, right? We can't get in through the front or the back door because they're guarded.
Mm-hmm.
What we could do is Gabriel can turn into a raven, right?
Yes.
So he could, for example, scout the upstairs windows, possibly go in through a chimney and open a window in an empty room if you can't do it from outside the window. Either you or I, Hessia, can cover the wall with an illusion of the wall, just half a foot out, which will hide us as we climb up using Constance's rope.
that I definitely have.
You keep mentioning it, so
But we are then
That's assuming
still.
that there'll be a way in.
well, yes.
And we need to approach the house without being seen.
Like
And
I
once
said,
we're in the house-
few kinks to work out.
Lady
but
Watcher's children are in there as well. Her strange daughter. 2 sons.
Two sons.
Well, it depends on what we want to risk more. Risk going into her home directly, or risk this other plan.
There's less
Lady
collateral damage
Watcher.
if we attack the house.
Yeah. We deal with it before the coup.
That's my only concern about your plan is the fact that the point at which we start to intercede it's already picked up momentum. That's my problem.
It depends very much on whether or not she's stationed troops inside her house. If she's creating an army, are they out in the streets or are they inside her house readying themselves in whatever evil ways that she works in?
We can scout the house then at least. And if we see that there are lots of people in there, then we know it's not an option.
I don't see. Is there harm? Well, there potentially is, but
Let's assume that everything will result in some form of casualty. Because it will.
Yeah.
I agree entirely. I just don't think that we shouldn't give up on trying to minimise it.
What time is what time is sundown usually?
Here,
Yeah.
about 6 or 7.
Okay.
So we've
Well,
got
5 hours.
time. We've got time for a
We're
long
close. Yeah.
rest, but
I don't need long rests.
I know you don't.
So I can go scout now.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
There's no point us all going to
Send
because
Eric.
Gabriel's the only one who can do it.
Yeah, assuming that the scouting goes perfectly, I agree entirely with
Send
you.
Eric.
Eric can only go so far for all I can see through his eyes. I won't be able to get to where Lady Watcher's house. What I can do is transform with him and fly.
One raven won't be suspicious. There's a whole host of them coming out of the inn.
Raven's a good luck. It's bad luck to hurt a raven.
We'll bear that in mind.
No, genuinely. Why are you all looking at me like that?
I think that
He's
might be a
right.
good plan. Check at least having a lay of the land of what she is doing now will give us better options for what we decide to do.
Yeah.
Hesia, do you have the power to cast invisibility on Gabriel?
Yes.
Yes.
So, send an invisible
You want to
raven.
be an invisible bird.
I mean, why not double up?
Yeah. She can. This is what
Yeah.
we're doing? Yeah.
Fine.
We're resting anyway, so
Fine. Where are the pencils?
Give me a
Turn into a
D20.
bird. Fly.
Give me a D20.
Oh,
Can
God.
we agree a time that you'll be back?
That
So
was
that
My
if
hand
It's only
has forgot-
lasts an hour,
15.
doesn't it?
My hand has forgot how to roll
Probably.
then.
It's not my spell. Hesia, how long does your invisibility last?
It lasts up to an hour and it's a concentration spell, so I need to be.
You won't be able to do it while you're having a long rest.
Do I know any?
Are you-
I probably should have one.
Don't take an hour.
I can do it just by flying.
Well,
If I don't get a long rest, it's not the end of the world compared to a lot of you. I'm down one spell. That's it. So,
Fine.
okay.
Open a window.
we're down 2 spells now, so I've turned you invisible.
Fly out invisibly.
Yeah.
Like a ghost.
We'll leave the window open.
Where'd you go to?
Lady Watchers.
So, it's a classic 2-story, and you're well aware that it has got an attic room to it as well,
Yep.
and a basement.
Yep.
An evil basement.
Yeah, an evil basement.
As you fly to the building, various vines growing up the walls, the gardens, overtrodden and dead. Doesn't look like they've been managed for a good few years now. You fly around the building. You've been into the base of it.
Yeah.
And you remember, you can see the lounge and the kitchen that you went into. Out of the chimney to the east, some lazy smoke just spiraling into the sky. It's misty, probably about 2 o'clock now. The sun is up, but it isn't bringing you any warmth as you fly around. You can see, trying to hide themselves in a building, 2 men to the west, and 2 men still stood outside looking disgruntled.
I'm going to spend as much time as I can watching to see if there's any movement and stuff at the house and see if there's anything that's open.
There is some coming and going of people. Give me a perception check.
20.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
16 plus 4.
You see a hooded gentleman leaving through the back door who you recognise as Ernest Larnock.
Her right hand.
The
Left
creepy
hand
guy
with
that's
a knife.
turning up
Murder
and
guy.
knowing about what
Yeah.
we're doing and where we're going.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah. And he disappears into shadows nearby and starts. He doesn't travel by the main roads, but kind of goes through between buildings and through buildings and stuff like that, and starts making his way around.
Okay.
He'll soon be out of eyesight from where you are, unless you follow him.
Have I done a lot of... I've basically scanned that.
Yeah, you see a few people come and go, but he kind of catches your eye because you know who he is.
Mm.
And most of the people who are coming and going are coming through the front door. It looks like the majority of the people you see coming in are similar in stature to her and dress. So this is the money.
Yeah. Is the back door guarded?
Pardon?
Is the back door guarded?
Not that you can see. Only 2 on the front door at the moment. Doesn't seem to be anyone outside the back.
Has that changed from earlier?
No, you didn't go around to the back.
Back door was never.
So the back door is facing north.
But there were people guarding the way round to the back door.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
The front, two at the back.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel.
We
So
weren't
they can
that stupid.
they can see the back door, but there is no one directly outside the back door like there is the front.
I will follow her left hand man.
Yeah.
Using my flight to be higher and kind of watching him from above.
Give me another perception. It's got to be reasonably good.
That would be a 22.
Well, screw you.
18 plus 4.
I haven't rolled my new dice yet.
Don't waste it.
Oh, that's great.
I told you waste it.
Don't use the luck up.
That's a crit you could have had in
He
game.
goes around a corner, and as you fly around the corner, you're expecting to see him there, and at first you don't. As your eyes twitch and you move around, as you're scanning for him, and you can see a few other people mingling around, and you can see he's switched his cloak inside out and changed the colour of it.
Huh.
But you eyeball him.
Smart.
He's making his way to one of the guard houses near the wall. Cutting through.
I am going to follow him more.
Yeah.
This isn't what we sent you to do. You've only got an hour.
It's alright.
You see him carefully as he looks over his shoulders, a little bit of chalk, puts a line on one of the posts, and takes a small purse and puts it underneath a box near it, and then continues round. Quite quickly, does it very subtly. If you weren't watching him, you never would have noticed he did it. And then he continues on his rounds.
Okay. I fly back to the house.
Yeah.
Double check everything and then fly back to these lot.
Yeah, you can see he's kind of taken a route around,
Yeah.
stopping off in various places.
Those places that he stopped off at, they got marks as well.
You'd have to follow him.
No, I'll just fly back to these lot.
Yeah, he's not like just gone out and done one. He's then moving out somewhere else.
Yep.
Yep. Probably takes you about an hour and a half in total
Yep.
to do all that. The rest of you, you're in the inn. Danica arrives and asks if you are hungry or thirsty.
If you have any simple stew or anything on the go, I'd happily take a bowl.
Yeah.
Of course.
Food would be nice.
It cured some of my exhaustion, so it's good stew.
Refreshment.
How exhausted are you at the moment now?
Still one.
Hopefully, long rest.
Yes, the same stew you had earlier. Just been bubbling away.
Yeah, good shit.
The best kind of stew.
Brings you up like a mushroomy kind of bread thing.
Nice.
Sounds good. Love it.
It's dropped off. It's warm in here. You've stayed in this room a few nights. It's quite welcoming. Safe. But you're well aware that when the Martikoffs leave, that will change. Unless someone else takes over the inn.
There's only so much we can do.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. I
Rest.
don't want him to stay.
Okay, I guess we're in owners now.
Never mind,
Time to
Strahd.
settle down. It's the only possible option we have. Must fix everyone's problems.
No more adventure.
This campaign is no longer Curse of Strahd, it's managing the Blue Water Inn.
Adventurers! Can I recommend you go to this windmill?
That is an excellent LARP concept where you're an innkeeper in every RPG and they keep coming in and wrecking your
and demanding food. So you're like,
Do you have any healing
stay.
potions?
just trying to get rid of them by
Resurrection.
sending them into like endlessly difficult dungeons and they keep coming back with more and more stuff.
Which they then sell to you. You're too afraid not to buy their broken candlestick and stub of candle.
Okay,
Why,
sorry.
yes, I'll give you 5 gold. Just don't hurt me.
Brilliant.
Sorry, mate. Derail.
There is a computer game like that. I'm sure there is.
I think you're right.
Probably in the
Moonlighting or something like that. Moon something. Where you're like tavern owner by day. Or no, you're like supplier of magic things by day, and by night you're the person who goes to the dungeon and tries to get them to then sell. It looks fun. Anyway, anything you guys want to be doing?
Red's gonna be sat on the bed with that nice bolt of fabric, and it's gonna be basically using thread that's already coming off of her clothes to turn it into a hood and cape.
Nice.
Elian is going to build himself a little nest of bedclothes under one of the beds. I mean, the Blue Water Inn isn't such a friendly, welcoming place for him anymore.
Hetty is still, she's got to keep up the concentration on keeping Gabriel invisible, so that's
Checkle.
her focus.
Resting.
Do we need to feed you your stew? Just
I know, I can do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fixing myself up.
Cool. I see. Do you hear this voice in your mind?
Hello, voice.
Tell Constance. Tell her you see a darkness growing in Gabriel and it scares you.
Sorry. Cool.
Make her believe you.
No. This is all Catherine knowing a giggle pit. Yeah, there's a topless in Gabriel, don't you think? What he did. Not Blinksy.
It was certainly unexpected.
What?
A little. There's
If he could do that to a toy maker, think what he could do with you to you if you don't agree with him.
There's
We pissed him off.
there's certain rules that he abides by, and I don't think, unless one of us does something very stupid.
I mean, I do stupid stuff all the
Did the
time.
toy maker do something stupid?
I do stupid stuff, but Blinksy? Well, he was weird as.
But he wasn't. He wasn't. Blinksy was collateral damage. The toy was
doll,
what he
fine,
was trying
but
to kill. It's
I
what he
didn't
did
do
get
it.
rid of. We still don't know what that was. I fully disagree with the method, but his intention was entirely what to expect from him.
Was it?
Yes, it was a creature that was evil which was supposedly going to threaten, that was making threatening gestures towards some children. Everything we know about Gabriel, he's protective of children, even if he doesn't show any kind of softness in any other way. He clearly cares. And even if he reacted in a stupid way, it's still expected of him. Just perhaps not so explosively.
I hurt children at the windmill.
Yeah,
I think he's going to do that to me next.
I think that's a conversation you have to have with him.
Are you guys being deliberately quiet, or can we hear this? Because we're only in one room.
You're all in the room, yeah.
It's a quiet conversation.
A quiet conversation, but not like if you hear, you hear.
If, if you're obviously eavesdropping, then it's like
That is everything.
I think he is at least consistent in his beliefs with his queen, and I've been thinking about this place. There's no judgment here. There's no law. It's all just everyone taking what they can or surviving as well as they can. There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help you?
It's not entirely fair.
What isn't?
What, that there's no judgment here? I don't feel any of Tyr's blessing here. When was the last time somebody was forced to pay for their actions? When was the last time somebody was tried for murder and hanged rather than was able to pay their way out or talk to the right person or keep killing until they...
There is some justice. People get put in the stocks for minor misdemeanors.
Yes.
There are judgments.
The desperate who steal are strung up in front of everybody else as a warning. That's not the same as justice.
But it's also not the same as an entirely lawless land of people that are all out for themselves.
It feels quite like that.
There is two types of person in Vallaki and in this place. And
What are those types?
there are people who prey on the weak. There are three types. There are people who prey on the weak. There are the weak who prey on each other because that's all they can do. And there are people who try better, but
Always gets
with the
a
other
foot
kinds,
in the face.
there's no way they can ever achieve that.
I can't believe that.
Tyr is not here.
You were born here.
You don't
We
know any
were
different.
Thrown here.
Yeah. I don't know Tyr, but I can't believe that we don't stand at any chance of making a difference, those of us who try. Just because it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't keep trying.
No, you have hope rather than justice, don't you? But hope is just desperation with a different hat on. There's nothing that can be done in the way that everything is continuing. It's just a self-perpetuating cycle where anything good is
Destroyed.
sapped until it is destroyed. And
Because of that,
yeah,
because of the curse, because of that monster in the
Yeah.
castle, it
Yeah.
comes from that.
absolutely.
We can change it.
I think we can, but there is a level of fear here that just permeates everything, and that isn't something that we can do anything about until we deal with him.
Hessia,
That I agree with.
say you must trust each other completely to succeed.
The only way we're going to beat Strahd, beat anything, do what you say, is if we stick together, trust each other,
And how can you trust him?
don't do stupid things like Gabriel did.
A toy maker he killed.
Are you suggesting that we trust each other, or are you suggesting that we trust each other but not Gabriel?
I'm saying that if people are doing stuff that reckless, and this is
Like-
coming from me, remember?
Like
yeah,
blowing up a windmill with children inside, like destroying a
that
effigy
you know,
to Strahd that then causes problems with a tree coming to life and trying to beat the shit out of us.
I have never
Like-
hidden who I am or what I'm
Nor
like.
does he. He's a puppet of the Raven Queen. We know that. He's working to pursue her goals, and those goals seem to be to get rid of anything that shouldn't be living, like most of the things here.
Hey.
Yeah, most of the things here. Come on.
We don't really get werewolves where we're from.
We do get people who are just trying to make a living, who suffer when people blow their shops to
Or
pieces.
people who are just trying to
I
live.
just don't. I understand that Barovia is a cursed and difficult land. I just don't want you to think that there is nothing good here.
No. If we
I don't
thought
think that's what
that,
Constance was
then we
saying
wouldn't
at all.
we wouldn't still be trying, would we?
We would have found a way to leave.
We would have done anything to leave. We would have taken the agreements with Strahd and left, or whatever it was he would have done with us. But we've said no again and again, and we've fought through again and again, and we've struggled, and we've survived this far. We've tried to fix every problem we've found, and so few of them have actually come to anything because it's everywhere. But I will not accept you saying that we don't trust one of our number because he destroyed a shop, which I disagree with fundamentally, when all of us are guilty in equal measure. I threw one of our friends into a pool where she died, and her soul was ripped from her down to the bottom of the pool, where it now resides with a ghost. That was a bad thing I did. You blew up a lot of stuff. That was a bad thing you did. Jekyll probably did loads of terrible things. I don't know. He's clearly too pretty to be able to be that good. I don't know. We're all equally culpable, but we can't stop just muddling through and not actually getting anywhere. And we can't, like you say, we have to trust each other. You can't say, in one hand, we have to trust each other, and then accept. Unless it's not you saying that, Hessia. Unless it's somebody else saying that for you. Is it somebody else saying that for you? I'll take that as a yes. So, how much of what you say should we take as Hessia? Is there a code word that you should say, or a gesture you should make when you tell us that the thing you're saying isn't actually you? Because as it stands, of all of us, you're the one who has the least capacity to be trusted.
Nice.
Do we actually?
Is that not true, Hessia? Are you not now the vassal to some thing that we don't know
Well,
of its origins? And we don't know what power it's giving you, and we don't know what the ultimate price is going to be for that power?
It wants Strahd gone. Isn't that what we all want?
Is this just another coup?
I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know what the price is, but it wants what we want, and that's worth the price, isn't it?
do you know who and what it is? Do you know?
I don't know. It's a voice. It's something.
It doesn't name itself.
If the price is all of us dead, is that a price you're willing to pay?
It can take me. I'm not making that bargain for any of you. That's not right.
So if the price is you dead,
If it gets the job done.
There's already been one of us die to keep us alive. But right now this feels like biting each other's tails and going round in a circle.
but it needs saying before we go any further.
Yes.
Do we trust each other?
I've travelled with you long enough. I would say that I would put my trust in you.
I agree. I trust you all, at least as far enough to remove the being of Strahd.
Yes. Ditto. We all have the same goal.
Essie, well done. Say you are sorry for your mistakes. But you do not believe Gabriel is for his. And that is the difference. You regret killing those children. But he does not regret destroying that man's life.
I trust you. I trust you all. That's it.
Then rest, Essie.
We're going to do it. We're going to win. 6 of us.
Gabriel,
Yep.
you make your way back in. Everyone is chilling out, resting during the day. There's a nest underneath a bed. Don't go there.
As I fly through the window, I form back into myself.
You said invisible.
Yeah, it's warm.
It lasts for an hour and a half.
Now.
Yeah.
I was away for an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
so you had been back.
Okay. What did you find?
The back door is unguarded of the house, but her left-hand man, the one that invited you to the club, has gone to certain guard houses. Well, I know of one. Left a chalk mark and a purse. So I believe Lady Witcher is buying
Off the guard.
numbers you please if you can.
We already know that many of the guard are on her side.
I will assume the chalk mark is a signal.
To collect from the hiding space.
Yep.
Were there any windows we could climb into?
No windows. Our best chance is the rear door, but that is being
That was-
watched. There's no guards on it.
No, but
you can see.
It
behind
can
the
be
house.
seen.
earlier there were guys not, nearby enough that they'd notice if we all
Yeah.
ran up to it.
There is a lot of to and fro from that house as well, from people of similar status as Lady Watcher. So
Less people of the actual guard status.
Yep.
Do you think?
Sorry.
Yeah. Do you think her people are inside? The people guarding?
you can hide that many people in there. The footfall is not enough.
Right.
But then again, we don't know how big that basement is.
It'll fall apart if we kill her.
So getting in seems like a strong contender.
We just need to get those 2 guards. Well, 4. There were 2 crossbows across the road. We need to get those 4 guards out of eyesight.
Were they in the same building, the crossbow guards, or were they in two different buildings?
Across the
The 2
street.
crossbowmen are from across the road.
But in the same buildings, or 2 different buildings?
Different
across
building.
the-
Two different buildings.
If we took out those eyes, if they were the only ones watching the back door.
We'd have to do it.
Adam looks thrilled, therefore it looks clearly metagaming. Terrible idea.
Terrible idea. Everything will go wrong if we do that.
We'd have to hit them.
Simultaneously and quickly without them making an alarm.
And quietly and subtly and all those things.
All those things that we're brilliant at.
Well, it's either that or we try and slip past their vision, which seems.
I can do that, but you guys can't.
Yeah.
I can.
Problem is that half of us can't.
Yes. I know that's the problem.
That's the problem. Hessia and I could probably get past, but after
And
that...
Gabriel.
And Gabriel, but after that, there's not really much we can do.
Is it worth us talking to the Burgomaster at all?
I think so. I think we need to know the lay of land in his area. We need to know what he's planning so we can make better decisions.
And
Why
why
don't
don't we take the Burgermeister to her?
As a
Combine both your plans.
You play the Burgomaster.
We should see him first then to decide to shape your performance based on how he's actually behaving today.
Trust me, I know how he looks when he's scared. When he thinks he's about to die.
No, well, that's not dark and concerning at all.
Or when his father told him off, at least, anyway.
We still need to find out what he's planning.
We don't want to go barging into Lady Watch's house and get caught in the crossfire if he attacks it as well.
No, exactly. We can surmise what she's planning.
We could
We
play the
have
role
no
of,
idea what he's doing.
We could play the role of having convinced him to negotiate and give up his position to her
Yeah.
to save his own life.
That is.
That seems the most feasible.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan, but we should speak to him first.
Yes, agreed.
Will you all be rested enough?
I am.
Short rest.
You would have had a long rest, yeah.
Is it a long rest?
Yeah,
What sort of time is it?
by probably 7 or 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Would I have
spell
had
slots.
time for a long rest with the invisibility?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone
that-
good for the rebels.
Sorry.
No, just. I've got some random temporary hit points. I'm assuming they've worn off by now.
And
I've
this-
worn off.
Oh, yeah.
there we
Yeah.
go.
No pencil
No.
left. It's all pens.
How long
They
is it?
they don't wear off.
Oh, do they
Oh, they're
not? Are they there?
Are they forever?
Forever.
Until
Until he
you
dies.
lose them, the timing is on how often I can
Come
do
on,
it.
70
Oh,
hit
that's
points.
cool.
Oh, hang on 1 second and then you can.
So I've got 12
Nice.
temporary hit points from you still.
Yeah.
Fucking plate. That means I'm on 84.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just make sure you stand in front of me, unless the enemy is coming from behind us. At which point, just sort of
Why
rotate
do I
180
have
degrees.
phallus written on my sheet?
Phallus.
I don't know. Where is that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the name of your
Oh,
secret evil
Use
master.
phallus. It was because Adam couldn't pronounce Bucephalus.
Oh,
And it was like Bruce Phallus is his name. The most match. Like, that is definitely like a Vin Diesel character name, right?
I'm a porn star, Bruce phallus.
Yeah.
I was like, why have I written phallus on my sheet? That's why.
I absolutely love it when people haven't seen something like read, like said out loud.
I do it at work with medical terms
I
constantly.
love it. Honestly, it's
The
great.
timing that we're on now, we need to get to the Burgermeister quickly.
Pardon?
Does that mean I'm not exhausted anymore?
Yes.
The first time in about 8 games.
we should go then, if everyone's ready.
Yes.
The Burgomaster.
Constance is rearing to go, just like, yeah, let's go.
I've never felt more rested in my life.
This soup is the best.
Magic stew.
Wow.
So, what's the plan, gang?
Is there a way of
Burgermeisters.
getting to
See
the Burgermeisters without
Burgermeisters.
passing Lady Watchers?
Yes.
We take
We
that
go
route.
that way.
Yes.
Does it go past the toy shop?
Oh god.
No.
Excellent.
Even better.
Avoiding our responsibilities.
So,
Out of sight, out of mind.
It's alright. The hat lasts for 8 hours.
Well. That isn't the consequences of my
I
actions.
forgot you'd put him in little
I put
tiny
him in a
hut.
little tiny hat.
Anyway, we go to the
so
Burgomasters.
you prepare your spells.
Yep.
How do you prepare your magic?
I don't. It just happens.
You pray to.
I'm going to find something. I'm going to sit outside on the earth rather than in dead wood. So red needs to be sort of like connected to the earth somehow, sort of like tapping into the primal energies of the earth. So it's not really praying to anything, it's more just the natural energies.
Nice.
I'm admiring myself.
Hesia, you hear in your head as the church crew are praying.
Yeah, I'm really fed up with you voice in my head.
I have no need to pray. That fear may pass away. I scorn the growl and rumble of the fight that summons me from the cool silence of marsh and pool. and yellow lilies is landed in light. O river of stars and shadows, lead me through the night. And you have 120-foot dark vision.
Nice.
My strength to yours. Your strength to me.
Thank you. Poetic voice in my head. Dark vision. I already have dark vision. It's extended.
Someone in comment, I can visually see the coronavirus spreading from one to the other.
I know.
It starts over here.
I'm just allergic to things.
I'm recovering from sinusitis.
I'm recovering from some sort of stinking cold last week.
I am in a glass booth.
Well, I was fine.
Oh, you're surrounded.
Swine flu again.
Let me just lick you.
Coronavirus.
What shall I bring with my spells?
Coronavirus.
No.
I don't think that's a spell.
That seems terrible.
That'd be an amazing spell.
Coronavirus.
Lady Watcher, I give you coronavirus.
Oh, it'll get you after 70 days of incubation.
It's slow, but it'll
Now
get
you
you.
have to stay in your house for a week.
Yeah.
Lady Watcher has been isolated due to coronavirus.
Problem solved.
This game is topical. Cool.
Right, everyone checking your spells?
Yeah. Got him.
Can't decide.
All of them.
The third one.
What else is it?
The third one is pretty cool.
Ah, see?
I think you should do ceremony in case someone wants to get married while we're out and about. You never know.
That is on the list that I would really like to do.
Battlefield weddings are the coolest.
They are. Like, objectively,
You don't know what is in this evil
Pirates of the
basement.
Caribbean film wedding is the best
Yep.
wedding of all
Yep.
cinema.
You know what you need.
Oh, I found a picture that reminded me of Constance. I'll show you guys later.
Is it a picture of a goat?
No, it's a picture of a half-orc babe with a goat.
Nice.
Don't need to detect.
Start making your way across town?
Yeah.
Are you trying to be sneaky or are you just being blatant?
Yeah.
Walking fast.
Not making lots of noise.
Go
but
to
trying
Dagmeister's
be
house.
normal.
I'm keeping my eyes on everything.
You look like a freak.
I'm pretty
Like-
sure they're going to know when we go to the Burgomeister's house. It's like not really much we can.
Well, I mean,
No, it's more just in case the coup's going to start now.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, we hope they know because it will help.
That's true. Yeah.
The treat as you're getting up, you can see the boys with Danica, packing things through the night. They're complaining about having to travel light. When we'll be back though to collect things, won't we, Mother? Well, we will have to see, boys. Maybe a while. Oh. I've heard your grandfather is looking forward to seeing you. Oh, good. Good. That would be nice.
That would require him to have human feelings.
Is he not met them? Is he not met his grandchildren?
Bray, I don't want to leave, Mother. I quite like it. It's for the best. Now, run along. Tidy up, boys, as you've been asked. Yes, Mother. And Brian kind of scurries behind them. She sees you and keeps her composure now. She is ever so much the lady as you come downstairs.
You got any knives on her? She
just gives you all a nod. Whatever you have planned tonight, do not bring it back here.
We will not. We will not.
Not
harm your
planning on
family.
We leave at first light.
We travel with you as much as we can, hopefully.
Good.
Don't wait for us, though.
That was the plan. We were going to travel with them along and down.
Okay.
And
Yeah, halfway down and then
Go back to Ravestani.
to
Casimir, and then give the bone to the
She
Stani.
hurries on and starts doing the things. You make your way outside. It is dark. You see a lot of the lanterns and bits and bobs have not been lit this evening. There are long shadows.
Wow.
This is
People
no
are gonna
problem
die.
for me in my eyes.
You say that out loud, like in a weird
As
way.
we walk past,
Completely a problem for nothing.
just gonna light up as many as I can. Just go along.
Nice.
Some of them are tricky because they get damp.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do it. You can see. Yeah. Seriously, guys, wait. You can see the Burgermeister's, what can only be described as mansion, one of the biggest houses in the town. As you're approaching, you can see the odd flash of light coming from the attic through the windows. And two guards out front, both with spears. How close do you get?
We walk up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure word has spread of our...
You've seen one of these guards before. When you first came into town, he was one of the wardens on the gate who just didn't really engage with you much. Sees you.
Oh yeah, we had a friend-ish person somewhere.
There was one guy who was friendly-ish. You've not seen him.
Oh, yeah. Probably dead.
We're here at the invitation of the Burgomaster.
Yes, very good. Wait here. Turns on the spot, leaves his spear outside, and makes his way into the house.
Downtown.
You're left outside with one guard who looks young, probably 18, 19. Not much to him. Cold night, isn't it?
Not really.
Great conversation.
This poor kid trying to make conversation, you're just like, nah.
I thought Hessia handed out all the books. Yes, it is a cold night.
It was like there was no pause either. Just
Not really.
Within a few moments, he makes his way back. Puffs his shoulders, chest out. About 5'10", 5'11". Wearing kind of like, think like Norman style helmet, that style of shield, and a spear. Can you leave your weapons at the door?
no.
Not really.
I feared you were going to say that. What are you here for?
To help.
To help the Burgomaster.
We don't have time for this.
Didn't he request our presents?
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually wants us
He
to
wants
guard
us here.
him.
Yeah.
Fine, come with me.
Thank you.
There we go.
There we go.
I hate it when people ask me to leave my weapon.
You enter the front door.
Between ice dragon ball.
That broke me. Stone cold.
You can see where there was a picture of his father has been torn down. It's no longer on the wall.
Wow.
And it looks like it was torn down in anger because the part of the wall and the fittings come down with it.
You had an effect.
Redecorating?
Gabriel's caused more chaos.
You can see various sun motifs, is that the word, made out of like wicker are being made.
Cool.
Lots and lots of them. As you're taken through and taken to you've got the main kind of dinner room on your left, and then on the right, the sort of waiting room that you guys went into, if you can remember. One of the nicer houses you've been in, wellish kept. Can see not a slim man, but not a fat man, slightly overweight. Longish hair, straggly, a grease to it, wearing long red robe with buttons down the front, gold trim to it, and there's a pattern to the material as well. It's kind of got like a velvet look to it, but it's not a big heavy velvet. Probably quite warm and cozy. A couple of sleeves coming out underneath, a few rings on him. Sitting, a couple of bottles around him on the table, and one other guard in the room with him as well. He doesn't get up. And you can see him just draining his glass as you walk in. His eyes look slightly bloodshot as he looks round towards you.
Good evening, Baron.
How did the Baron talk? I can't remember his stupid accent. What did he have? Was he full Russian?
Presumably.
I think he was.
Yeah.
He was like deep.
Yeah, he was deep Russian.
Yeah, I'm deep Russian.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, you have come to help. Good. Where is my boy?
Which boy?
Just what I was going to ask.
Where is Izik?
I don't know.
We haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him for
No.
quite a while.
He puts the glass down.
So we have a plan,
Let's get to it.
sort of.
What?
You said there's one other guard in the room?
Yeah.
And we'll kind of...
He looks one of the better armed and, older, more mature guards.
Do you... No offence. Do you trust this man?
Looks at him. Either. Stanimir, sir. Yes, I trust Stanimir.
How many guards were there in the house as we walked in?
So 2 at the door and 1 here. That's literally all you've seen so far.
Great.
And you would guess maybe one of the ones you saw on the door may have been citizen levy rather than... Like, one was definitely a guard, and they are reasonably trained, but there is a definite citizen levy here as well, which will take time to train up. Right, let me hear it. What is your plan?
So, we were thinking that, seeing as Lady Watcher's house is so well defended, and gaining entry is difficult.
You don't look happy. As the guard. Sorry, sir. And you see the smile come across his face.
Everybody smile.
Better.
Is he sort of slurring his speech?
Let me hear this plan then.
Well, we are going to...
Find Izik. Good plan. All will be well when he gets back.
That's certainly the other string, but the main part is in order to gain access to Lady Watcher's house, we are going to... Did we decide on talking or kidnapping?
What?
You start speaking.
Fake.
I just turn into the Burgermeister.
That's
he
our
can
plan.
fake being you.
There's a big kind of... He steps back, leans back in his chair for a second as his eyes lock on you. Right.
So we can use that to gain entrance to Lady Watcher's house.
What? What has she got to do with any of this?
He's really that clever.
What?
You know
Really?
she wants to get rid of you.
Nonsense.
She's the one staging the coup.
She wants to
you-
take your town from you.
She would never come against me with Izik.
Well, she is.
And Izik's
Not.
gone missing.
So you plan to find Isaac? Good plan.
For all we know, Isaac was taken by the werewolves last night.
Then all the werewolves would be dead.
I don't think so.
There were a lot of werewolves.
I think it's likely that Isaac is dead and that you are unprotected from him. So we need to make new plans. We need to decide on a course of action that isn't hiding and drinking.
I mean, actually,
Or we need to plan for you to specifically hide and drink, if that is a good plan.
But hide better.
Yes, let's hide you better.
So that you can carry on drinking while
And
we
then,
sort this all out.
by the time you awaken from your
If-
hiding and drinking, the situation will resolve itself.
As the
Thanks to our help.
what?
the door swings open, and you see a taller lady with the free parts to her hair as it's tied back.
Those are your good.
You've got two husbands.
Similar outfit, but with a higher open collar. All will be well. Oh, more guests.
More guests? Lady Vargas?
I didn't realise we had more guests, husband.
What other guests do you have?
It is fine. He holds up the empty bottle. Oh, of course, husband. I'll get a bottle straight away. Good. She hurries her way out with a huge, unnatural smile across her face.
So, what we would like from you, in order to assist us in carrying out this plan, is to conceal yourself somewhere where those who mean you ill will not be able to find you. And more importantly, so that you are not seen, which will undermine our deception.
Burgomaster, how recently have you spoken to your son?
He does not like to come out now.
Do you ever go up and speak to him up there? Because it occurs to me that that's a very good hiding place.
If you can remember where it is.
I can't. Well, exactly.
I mean, it's up.
It's got a spell on the door.
There's a memory charm on it.
Oh,
A few
And then
moments
light
later,
on that.
his wife, if you remember, Lydia, walks in again. Oh, more guests. I didn't realise we were having guests. I would have prepared something.
Memory charm.
That's what happens if you
Overuse
try
it.
the door too many times.
She doesn't seem to have a bottle with her. And he just again holds up the empty bottle.
so what do you think, Baron Vargas? Will you help us?
I don't seem to have a choice, do I?
Circumstances are trying, I'll admit.
What will this cost me?
Hopefully a strengthening of this town.
You're going to need to
Sober up.
strongly consider your position once things calm down. Think about the life that you are giving the people who live in your city.
Yes, you're right. I fought so hard for this town.
So perhaps,
I will not let a few ruin it for all of us.
so if
This plague on here must be stopped.
and we will do that for you.
This unhappiness must end.
In return, you will assure us that we will have your ear afterwards, that we can give you counsel,
And some silver weapons.
that you will arm and assist us
Thank you.
as we go forth, while you ensure that Vallaki remains strong.
Yes, of course.
So we will work together for the good of this land.
Yes. We will find those who are unhappy.
We can consider the exact direction that it will take once we've resolved this issue. But for now, what we need you to do is conceal yourself upstairs in the attic.
While we deal with Lady Watcher.
Yeah, it would. Okay.
Let's go upstairs, and if you can leave your guards where they are, then that will help us to sell it.
So you're going upstairs with him?
Yep.
Thought we were heading out.
I thought we were.
We need to dump him in the...
Make sure he's at least there.
Oh, so.
Yeah. Settle him in, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, we.
I'd quite like to sort of, not frog march him, but just sort of...
Yeah.
I'm going to hang back, because if it does what it did to me before, somebody here needs to remember what we're doing.
Are we going to confront his son?
That's where you're shoving him, isn't it?
So, what exactly is the magic? There's a charm on the door.
I
On
don't
the door
remember.
it seems to be. Lady Vargas, we saw her walk up there, try the door, try to knock on the door, turn the handle, forget what she was doing and walk out.
Okay.
That is like some sort of memory charm. After that charm has gone off, the next one is lightning. And that was not nice.
Did we meet him? Or
We
Yes.
did.
We
He
did.
charmed little Hessia.
He had a skeletal cat. Or something.
Skeleton. Okay.
You tell me these stories, I have no memory of them.
Right,
at all.
let's go throw something at the door.
Like Hessia?
If you really want to.
Fine, so someone else then can stay
While you're on
here.
fire.
I can burn this whole house down, but I don't think you want that.
No, let's save
Normally
that for...
you
I just want to do like a fast ball special. Throw Hessia while she's on fire, smash through to things.
You start making your way up the stairs. It's like a big staircase up, turn, and then up, and along the sort of main corridor to the side of the house. And you've got a corridor going from west to east.
There was one room with a wedding dress in it, wasn't there?
There was indeed.
That
That door
was the
is
one-
open.
I went up to the attic.
You can see a large, ornate mirror in there.
There was something weird about that.
Something goes off in your head as soon as you see it.
What's that mirror?
I like how straight to the point. This is what we've needed in the
I don't
group.
think
Yeah.
Somebody go,
What's that?
what?
It's, without a doubt, you can tell it's magical. Without a doubt.
Baron Vargas, what is that mirror?
What? Nothing.
There's an enchantment on it.
It used to belong to my grandfather.
What does it do?
Nothing.
Well, there's still magic there.
He continues making his way up towards the master bedroom.
Sorry, I missed that. What does it do?
We could always find out.
I poked it last time, I think, and I didn't get anywhere.
Oh,
We didn't.
I remember
we didn't
that.
have the time to actually identify it.
Maybe
We didn't have as many
give me
skills
a-
as we had.
Maybe we're better now.
You can give me a minute and I can work it out.
Okay. It might
Alright.
be useful.
I head to the mirror and I cast Identify. Takes me about 1 minute, but I've got to be on. I've got to touch it.
I will engage the Baron in small talk for a minute.
are we not just going to take her upstairs
I
whilst Gabriel
I
does
just
that?
want to know what that does.
Gabriel can tell us. We can do two things at the same time.
Do we want to
There's
leave somebody?
6 of us.
Do we want to leave somebody alone with a mysterious mirror that might do something?
I'll stay with the mirror.
Considering how many versions of ourselves there may have already been around.
If
Yes.
it is a magic item or some other magic could do that,
Yeah.
you learn
You
the
spend a
properties and how
minute
you
on
use
it.
We should have some kind of
Why should
code word.
And I can.
Yes, I was
You-
thinking the same.
Seeing the writing around the frame, it's quite ornate and old. At first, you can't tell what it says, And after a while of looking at it, it says, magic mirror on the wall. Summon forth your shade. Night's dark vengeance, heed my call, and wield your murderous blade.
Murder basement. Murder mirror.
I repeat what it says.
We all go.
That, you got that from the mirror.
You say it out loud.
No. No.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count as spellcasting if you go like this.
What if you like deliberately take pauses between it all?
If you say a random word.
Just
So
bounce out.
Magic. Something else. Mirror.
There is-
Yeah, on the.
There is the spirit of an assassin bound to it
Oh,
that can be commanded.
Wow.
Gabriel looks happy.
I mean,
And does this word mean anything to Gabriel? Because it might from various flashbacks. Baal Verzi.
I believe so.
I'm not going to give you any hints.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Where is he?
Yes, I do.
What language is that?
It's a name.
Or is it a name? Oh.
Could I do a religion check on that? Or is it too...
Don't recognise it on religion.
History?
This
History check, maybe.
holds a spirit of an assassin that you can summon.
What is assassin?
Crit.
Murder.
Fuck.
Murderer.
Seriously.
You got a crit, yeah.
It's a rabbit.
A wabbit.
Everyone who loves.
Hop.
The Baal Verzi were a group of assassins who tried to kill Strahd before he became an assassin.
Vampire.
What became
We
a
came
vampire?
with
You remember
yes,
from
that's
when you went to his wedding?
Yeah.
You had the flashback to that. They
yeah,
Who got that flashback?
That was me, I think.
they
Yeah.
were Baal Verzi
Thought it rang a
assassins.
bell. Yeah.
Mm.
Have you said that out loud?
Well, he said Bella Verzi,
And
he
then-
knows
and
about
then
it.
he went,
say
huh, and you went, whoo.
They
They were not evil at all, and they were not a fan of evil at all.
Huh. Okay.
They did what must be done in the shadows.
Oh, I can
I
appreciate
saw
that.
them in a vision. Well, nasty.
Did we make
Thank
a new
you,
friend?
Yeah.
Presumably we don't want to summon an evil.
It doesn't look like this mirror has been touched in years.
They were quite cool.
They weren't evil.
They were quite
They were
I
quite
mean,
cool.
That's his
not-
opinion of them.
Not according
I liked
to
them.
according to the stories, they sought out and destroyed evil just
Evil,
Quite
you
cool.
say?
subtly in the shadows.
And one of them is now a
Bound
mirror.
to that mirror.
Bound
Like-
to mirror.
Me,
Or
but
bound
with
to
subtlety.
us.
If it can be summoned and commanded.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Mm.
Against who, though? We already said they fell against Strahd once.
Against Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Cut the head
I
off a
mean-
snake right here and now.
stop it before it starts.
What is the price of us using this mirror?
Right.
That is the question I would
That is the
ask as
question.
well.
Right,
Yes, come on.
let's get you safely squared away in the attic.
Good plan.
Enjoy the attic.
Is the wedding dress also in here?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Lovely embroidery for a tall,
They
slim
explained
lady.
who it was for
Would it fit
before?
an orc?
Do we know?
For their daughter?
It was
daughter.
for Lady Watcher's daughter
That was it.
Who
Oh,
did the cat
The cat
noises?
noises.
Oh, the crazy one.
because Lady Watcher blamed
The son.
the son for sending her daughter insane.
I mean, that is beef between the two families. So it's probably quite interesting, quite
Relevant.
important to know about.
Well, we're about to meet the sun again, and that's going to end well.
Before we go up the
Awesome.
stairs, is there anything you can tell us about the betrothal between your son and Lady Watcher's daughter? Like, what happened?
The daughter, although beautiful, was mad.
Was she always mad?
I guess so. Not born to rule like my bloodline.
Send a message to Constance. I don't think this is the best time for this.
The
Or
stress of
if
it all.
the queue's about to start. It will start soon.
It's information, Gabriel. It's always good to have information.
The stress of it all can show weaknesses in people.
Okay, fine.
Up to the attic then.
Yeah. You make your way up. Lots of stuff all over the place. Looks very old. You could rummage around here for a long time and investigate.
Is there something kind of like with a bit of heft to it that's about sort of yay big, like an old candlestick or something?
Yeah, for sure.
Pick something up and
A lot of it looks from stuff from old. What's the word I'm looking for? Where they walk through town and
festivals. Yeah.
There were only like covered statues before.
The door is the other end of this room, right?
It is indeed. You'd have to go through the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I pick something up. So we're going. Yeah.
You make your way across.
And chuck some at the door.
Who's going first?
I'm staying.
Heavy object.
I'm going second.
Give me a perception,
God,
please.
this was the beginning of perception crew, wasn't it? This adventure the first time round.
I'm joining the perception.
It's an intelligence check. Intelligence check.
Oh, an int.
Investigation,
worse.
not perception. Sorry.
13 is not suitable for perception
Just the
crew.
front person.
It's double figures.
Front two.
Is that an 8?
Yes.
10.
Oh boy.
I'm not the front.
Who's second?
Does it look the same as the last time I was up here?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
New dice. Because my old dice are lost.
9.
9 or
18.
Plus, was it investigation?
Yeah.
Plus 4, so
Nice.
22.
You find hidden. It's not in the same place, but there is another rune carved. But you recognise it as last time. It's in a different location, magically carved into the door.
Now real Kitty has to remember what we did, and that's no good.
I think you just kept using it until it ran out.
Mage
last time.
hand.
We may actually just keep trying it until.
Just kept
Wow.
zapping things.
We are not good people.
the lightning on the door. Is that if you touch the
hand,
door?
The door
Yeah,
handle.
it was. I think
Right.
it was just
No,
me
it's mage hand.
Mage hand. Yeah.
Mage hand.
getting mullered.
It was when the mage hand touched the door handle.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
I'm gonna,
yes, I made
I'm
it,
going to throw a candlestick at the door.
Yep.
Victor!
No sound from inside.
I'm going to throw something else at the door.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly what you're supposed to do with a juvenile male who likes to be on his own.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the last time I opened the door in a dramatic fashion, you all complained, so...
What was that?
Church.
The church.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a need.
It
There was
leaned
not.
a little bit. But...
Yeah, door doesn't open. You just literally throw a candlestick against it. Shut.
Right.
I'm okay with that for a little while.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with this. Mage Hand the door.
Flick, click.
You see a faint glow come from the ruin, and then that's it.
And again.
Yeah.
Get some lightning
again.
going.
And again.
Close up. Yeah. Door swings open.
You're all welcome.
I'm
Thank
going
you,
to knock
Hessia.
on the door jam.
Yes.
Victor?
You can't see in there at the moment. It seems empty now. The room.
Wasn't he working on some sort of
Teleportation.
rune?
Failing badly. Typical brat. Useless.
Is he in here?
He was invisible last time as well.
What
Useless
does-
kid.
What did the memory
Invisible.
charm-
Wait, who's got that mirror? You've got a mirror.
I want the
Are you
mirror.
having a bad day?
I'm
that
having
what
Get
this
your mirror
is?
out. See if you can see him with your mirror.
He's still upset about his
No,
shoes.
because he's invisible. He's not.
What does the memory charm take? Was it from going into the room to coming out?
Pardon?
No, just touching the door handle. It like made you forget what you were doing and then turning.
I can't remember how. I know that I've lost my memory of it, but I can't
Because
remember
he-
how.
No, he
Something.
charmed you.
He charmed you when you went in there.
So it's from the moment of going into the
He
room
cast
that
a
I
spell
can't
on
remember.
you specifically.
His was a spell cast on you after you were in there.
Okay, but I don't remember anything that happened in that room. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so that's where the memory goes blank, is going into the room.
Just throw the Burgermeister in. Let's close the door.
Seems like a great idea.
Oh.
Victor, if you're in here, we could really use your help.
No answer.
Oh,
How far do you go in? Is anyone entering?
No.
No.
Yes.
Is I go here. Piss.
Yeah. After a while, you hear a from inside.
I mean, usually I'd be like, has it been fed and does it look like it's been fed well? But it's a skeleton.
It does not
skeletal-
look like it's been fed in a while.
A skeletal cat makes its way out of the room
Oh, really?
and kind of rubs itself against between Vargas's legs, and he
Oh,
kind of
skeleton
sits
cat.
back in horror.
I give it a little scratch.
A bone.
Can't be allergic to a bone, cat.
God, that would sound awful. It's like
Scratch.
The only thing she's wearing chainmail gloves as well.
That's a long
Get right
bone.
in there. Get right in there.
do you ever get a really itchy
Next to the ear
bone?
socket.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going well.
Vargas, what is this?
I think your son's been playing around a bit, but
Well, from the sound of it, he's quite a powerful magician.
relatively.
Victor, come out here.
That seems like a bad idea.
That it's okay. I don't know what has happened to you today, but
Who hurt you?
You hear a voice
suffering some pain.
coming from inside the room, but the invisibility doesn't drop. You can kind of work out roughly where he is. Just leave me alone.
We haven't got time for your silly nonsense today, Victor.
There's a problem.
There's higher stakes than usual.
There's
Even for here.
about to be a very nasty coup going on in your town.
People are going to come here and kill your father
And probably you.
his entire family, including you. We're going to do something about it, but in the meantime, your father needs to stay out of sight. So please will you host him up here until we have dealt with the problem. And that way, you all get to live.
Fine. So, tell him not to touch anything, and he can sit on the sofa.
Don't touch anything. Sit on the sofa.
There's a mismatch of old furniture, as if someone had just hit up.
We are going to hide the door on the way out.
What about his mother?
We need to go and...
Yeah.
The guard would have followed you up as well. He'll stand outside the door.
Sure.
Just gives you a nod.
Right,
Fine.
we're going to go and find Lydia, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Make your way down. She's just pottering around. As you go down through the house,
Bit too slow.
you make your way down into the first floor. Go far past the bedroom, past where the dress is, past the toilet. Make your way down, and you can hear her gentle humming to herself from down one of the other corridors.
I have some perfume that I nicked from here.
Baroness Lydia?
Mm-hmm. She doesn't acknowledge. You can.
Why I did that.
You kind of got a long room here with a. To your left, you can see the doors open, like a large desk in it with a big heavy chair. The other side of it, not much else in there. Looks like a writing room or a sort of a main office kind of thing.
Oh.
As you keep going down,
Yeah.
you can see opposite that room. Again, door open. Isaac's room. Very tidy. Exceptionally tidy still. Arranged on a shelf are various dolls and dresses that look very, very similar to Irina.
Only one of us had asked what he was talking about when he said that she was this.
And you can see one of them is gently tucked in the bed.
How strange.
Very well.
If only we could have got more
Ignore.
information about this.
Pressing on, find the Baroness.
You make your way down.
Has he got any cupboards or anything in there?
There's a large chest.
I would like to rummage. Can I roll to rummage?
I'd also enjoy a
Something
rummage.
useful.
Couple of purple grape smash number 3 bottles.
Nice.
Okay.
All of the dolls have got the Is No Fun, Is No Blinksy. There's 6 of them in total.
Collector's item van.
The best one's gone now too. Shattered.
But
Forever gone.
nothing of real value in there.
Fine.
No.
I'll move on.
Couple of change of clothes and that's it.
Yeah.
As you head further, you get to a heavier set door, and that's the one you can hear Lydia from. Yeah, it's slightly ajar, so as soon as you knock on it, it would slightly open. You can, yeah. You can see her gently plodding around, sort of half tidying, half just wandering in this smaller room. Sort of scent hits your nose. Not like total decay, but a bit of decay. You can see someone on a chair, both wrists strapped down to it, unconscious, and she's literally just cleaning round him with a smile on her face. She's not paying any attention to this man at all.
Who is it?
6 heads just appear around the door jam of, huh?
Who is it? Is it the Burgmeister?
No.
No, just put him in there.
Important question. Is he wearing clothes?
Is it the Burgermeister though? Because
It's not necessarily an indication of the quality of the person.
It's not the Burgmeister, that's good.
Lars Kjør. He was the guard who let you in and laughed
Oh, the nice one.
outside.
that we said is probably dead.
Turns out he is.
Oh,
Is he dead?
You gonna
Yeah.
take his pulse?
I'm going to get a bit closer.
Very weak. Doesn't look like he's been fed or watered.
So he's still
He's
alive.
soiled himself.
Oh.
Looks like he's been in here for probably 10 days, maybe something like that.
Yeah. I will go towards him and pull out a water skin and try and
Oh, hello.
put it to his lips.
I didn't know we had guests.
Baroness Vargas, thank you so much for your hospitality and your lovely home.
Why do you have a man tied to a chair?
she's not going to be able to answer.
She won't be able
All will be well.
It will
Huh.
be well.
Yes, it will.
Well, it's worth trying.
Your son was just asking for you, Lady Vargas. Perhaps you should go upstairs and see him. I'm sure the guard will let you in.
Oh, yes. Yes. She starts making her way out the room.
I'll come
Go
with
with,
you.
yes.
Make sure that you get there okay.
Is there anything else in the room? Is it just empty?
No. You get the sense that
It looked like a torture room.
a correctional room,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Not quite smiling enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks completely dehydrated, beaten, black-eyed, bruised, bleeding,
Yeah.
not been let off this chair for this sort of smell of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I yell for the guards that are at the front gate.
You
You're
yell
still
for
the
them.
Burgomaster at the moment, aren't you?
You'd probably have to go down to the entrance.
Okay, I'll just go. I'll just walk to the
Yeah.
entrance.
Anything you
I'm
want
going
to
to
do?
try and get some water in him and
Yeah.
see if he's able to regain consciousness. Or...
I'll try
Yeah,
and help
between...
him.
Yeah, you'd be able to bring him round.
Yeah,
He
Red's
looks-
gonna try. Are they? I'm guessing they're like leather straps.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut them open.
Looks exhausted. Absolutely exhausted.
I'll tell the 2 guards at the front to take him home. There's a Burgermeister.
Okay. But what about you?
I have 5 new guards. Who are your families?
Okay. Yes. Come. You see the expression in their face when they see him. Oh, Lars. puts an arm round him.
Look after him. And when he's strong enough, get him to Kresk.
Kresk
Kresk.
will never make it. Come, let us get you home to your wife.
Right.
You hear from Lars' very croaked voice. All will be well.
Oh, God.
As you see him try and smile, and you can see it's the pain it's causing him as he... Yes, it will, my friend. Let us get you home.
What by the great forest is wrong with this place?
Many, many, many things. One problem at a time.
You know that Vargas has always had, and you guys are aware, this deeply rooted superstition that malicious unhappiness brings Strahd here, and evil here, and it's, if everyone's happy and pretends like everything's okay, everything will be okay.
Yeah. I mean, he probably has a point. Like, revolution versus contentment. That's likely to draw his attention. But...
At this point, I'm on my way upstairs with Lydia.
Yeah.
My intention is to basically make sure that the Baron, Lydia, Victor, and the one remaining guard are all in that attic room.
Yeah, the guard will stand outside.
Guard will guard the attic room here.
In which case, I will get the guard to... We'll shut the door, and then I'll get him to help me move stuff in front of the door so it doesn't look like there's a door there.
Doesn't it have
It would be tricky, you'd know.
Thing as well.
You can hide it a bit, yeah.
Hide it
like
a
a
bit
loft hatch?
and make sure...
There's a loft hatch to first get into the attic.
Right, just close the loft
Close
hatch
that
and just
up.
have the guard on that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, loft hatch.
So, about 50% hide the door, and 50% pile heavy things in front of the door.
Yep.
So that these
Yeah, it would be tricky. Yeah.
slightly mad, drunk, crazy, annoying people stay in that room.
Let's not forget about them indefinitely.
No,
It's alright, they've got a wizard with them.
we'll add it to our to-do list.
It's very easy to forget about that room, indefinitely.
And then,
Yeah.
station the guard downstairs.
Station guard, who then may well forget about it.
Do what we can to close the hatch and hide the hatch if that's at all possible. Probably isn't. It's a ceiling hatch.
Not so much, no.
They're safely squared away.
Alright.
Let's do the mirror thing, maybe, and then put our plan into action. And
What is the cost? You're right. What is the cost?
I don't know. I didn't identify the.
What was the wording again of the mirror?
Bear with me. Magic mirror on the wall, summon forth your shade. Night's dark vengeance, heed my call, and wield your murderous blade.
How do I do it?
I mean, it's not as good as my poetry, but it's nice, I guess.
You you put your hand on the mirror. You say this incantation. I write it down, and then you should have command of a shade assassin.
Any idea of what price or cost it will take?
What magic is it?
Conjuration?
Presumably.
Necromancer.
It's necromantic.
It's one or the
but
other,
that's
isn't
fine. Maybe it's divination.
Can you fix the latch on this window so that
Transmutation
get in from
Transmutation.
outside without it looking
and
like
abjuration.
the latch is broken?
Like
Can
an
be just
illusion.
adaptation. So
No,
it's
I mean
basically
like a thievery thing.
when you say those words,
I can
hold
try.
on to that item, you transform that mirror or what's in that
I'm more of
mirror.
a like
and bring it
robber
out.
than a
But once it's out,
Nelson. I can give it a
I
go.
don't know how you get it back in.
I mean, we've already got
But
secondary versions of 3 of us. So
and it's at our beck and call, right? So if we get
Whoever summons it.
as long as it's one of us, then
if it's vengeance,
we're quids in.
I would like to step up and take that.
Well,
If it's something that I can do. Obviously,
if
I'm not.
anybody can summon it, it's a magic mirror. It's the item that's magical. I don't think his grandfather was magical. Oh,
Maybe he was. I mean, this great grandchild is.
Well, you're a paladin.
I think I should do it.
Are you willing?
I'm willing. I'm a paladin of vengeance, after all.
Makes sense.
May as well try.
Do it then.
I stand in front of it and put my hand on it.
Hesia, where were you when this was going off?
Watching, with like, if you stood next to Constance, probably.
Okay. Can you see yourself in the mirror?
Depends how. Is it like facing like the doorway, or is it?
It's like a
Ish, you'd
full-size
have to look
Full-size
into.
mirror.
You'd have to move round to look into it. Yeah.
Then probably not. She wouldn't. No, she'd be
Okay.
like just sort of
Yeah.
off to the side.
It's probably going to do something creepy like wink at you.
Something awful was about to happen.
I've seen horror movies.
You're gonna see what was actually.
I would have
inside
seen
of
my
you.
head voice. Yeah.
It's just
Or
you
your,
wearing stupid
or your
hats.
shadow just screaming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. It deserves it. Stupid shadow. Tried to steal my life.
Okay then.
Can you give me a D100?
Oh. It's a table. 54. 54.
Okay. As you touch it, say what you say.
I haven't written it down.
So it's magic mirror on the wall. Summon forth your shade.
Magic mirror on the wall. Summon forth your shade.
Night's dark vengeance. Heed my call.
Night's dark vengeance. Heed my call.
And wield your murderous blade.
And wield your murderous blade.
See the surface of the mirror shimmers as if something had hit the surface of it, and becomes very dark, very black,
Is it my shape?
completely black. The second passes, 2, 3. You see a figure
Target.
as the shadow begins to move into that of a humanoid, hooded, cloak around him.
Yeah.
As the head looks up towards you, and you can see deep, bloodshot eyes look towards you.
Lady Fiona Watcher.
Slowly steps backwards. And as they do, you can see, goes back into shadow, but you can see the silver outline of a dagger.
Told you they were cool.
And now we wait.
Is there any kind of vantage point in the mansion that looks out in the direction of Lady Watcher's house?
From the front door. So anywhere,
windows,
so
like-
above the front door.
Maybe on the first floor.
Above the front door.
So the best room would actually be the attic, but from near the
Second
stairs
best
above the
room.
front door you would be able to see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up there and see if I can see it. Not see it, but see the direction that presumably it's going.
Yeah. Hesia.
Do it when that smile happens.
Hesia. Go to the mirror.
Okay, walk towards the mirror.
As you look in it, you see
Wait for a jump scare, man. Ready.
anyone else in the room with Hesia? Anyone else staying in the mirror room?
Yeah.
I'm staying in the room.
I want to read
No, I'll still go
what language is the writing in?
It's an arcanic. It's hard to say. Annoyingly. You see Hesia look into the mirror. For a second, you're alone. And then as you look in the mirror, you can see a very well-dressed man wearing robes of an acolyte or a priest, but no holy symbol. As you blink once or twice as you look into the mirror, and you can see him walking around behind you. And as you turn your head, he's not there. He looks elven, but not quite. The pointed ears, not dusk elf. Slightly taller than you. As he moves in close behind you.
Can I feel breath on my neck or anything
Not
like
yet.
that? No.
Do anything?
She's gonna say the name of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as a question. So I know you've sent it to me, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
You see it almost as you see his eyes roll back as if in pleasure. As he bites his lip. He's a very attractive elf.
I've got a hot voice in my head.
As he steps in behind you and wraps a hand around your waist and pulls you in. And you see one of his hands reach round as he pushes my strength to you. Your strength to me. And he locks eyes with you in the mirror.
She's gonna reach up to where she can see his hand on her face and touch there. See where she can feel anything.
He kisses your cheek. Your neck.
This has changed tone.
Stronger together. Always together. Trust me.
There's a big blink.
And as you do that, he isn't there.
As she snaps out, Red's next, sort of look in the mirror, but she's seen her do all of and it's just
Looks so
seen her
weird.
staring and going.
I've only ever seen Jackal do that before.
So Red is just
I actually don't think that how mirrors work.
You look in a mirror and you touch yourself.
face
That is how
for some
mirrors
reason.
work.
Yeah, Red was reading and then she's just like.
It's a good thing she's already copper skinned because otherwise she'd be quite red in the
Feel
face.
the heat.
Yeah.
Can you smell the pheromones? Oh boy.
Mine. This has taken a turn I was not expecting.
Is everything okay?
Fine.
Gabriel, are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry, Jackal.
No, I followed Constance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with Constance.
My hair is a mess. Try and style it out. What is it?
Yes, your hair is a mess.
I haven't seen myself in a mirror for a while. It took me by surprise.
Sure.
Hesia's breathing, I'm guessing, is...
Heavier. This is taking a strange time.
Did something frighten you? You're
Apart from
breathing very fast.
apart from the mirror that has assassins pop out of it.
In the grand scheme of things, I think that's probably one of the more mundane things we've encountered.
I thought I saw something else, but I think it was, you know what it's like here.
Doesn't
Things
seem
jumping
to be
out.
anything.
No, I don't think there was. I mean, you've had that happen to you, right?
What?
Something out the corner of your eyes trying to grab you, turn around, it's not
Usually
there.
something is trying to eat me. I'm quite small.
I'm sure
you
it's
see.
not just me who gets that occasionally since we've been here. You see things, you look away, you look back, it's gone. Trick of Barovia.
Do you want to see if you can tell her she's lying? It's not particularly a challenge.
I could try. What would I need?
She's not a very good liar.
You'd need to do a bluff.
Which one's
Deception?
that? Deception?
Insight, deception.
Yeah.
Insight?
Inside.
I'll give you advantage on insight. You've travelled with Hesia for a while.
12 for deception.
13.
You've got her.
Yeah.
You can detect falsehood. She didn't seem scared. This isn't fear that you can
It's alright.
see from her breathing.
You could. Well, it's a very natural response, isn't it? It's probably one that you see a lot.
Yeah, animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those at the front.
Yes.
So should we go for Lady Watcher?
I think we should probably put our plan into action anyway.
Yeah.
Because even
right.
if it is successful,
Constance,
we'll need to
can
know
give me
what it
a
is.
D20, please.
10.
Could you both give me a perception? Everyone who's on the lookout, please.
No, we're mirror watch.
I'm like
You got
different
advantage.
kind of lookout.
Sorry?
Constance has got advantage.
Hessie's on the
13.
prowl.
Oh yeah, boy.
15.
Nice.
11.
13.
I have the highest perception.
No!
You can see,
It's the tower.
after lighting all of the lights in town, you can see people approaching from multiple directions to the house. Probably 25 people in total. Not all are armoured, but definitely all seem armed. From amongst them, you can pick out one of the brothers. And he is in chainmail. Nikolai the second, the older of the two.
Are they approaching from every direction around the house?
Not every direction, but like mainly from the north, but from multiple directions from the north.
If we're going to go, we need to go now.
Or are we
Or-
dealing with them now?
Are we fighting 25 people?
We have the Burgomaster here. We can bring the Burgomaster with this crowd.
Yes, true. Do we have an argument for them just not killing him right there and then?
We'll kill them.
That seems like walking into a fight immediately.
Constance, you can see almost like smoke moving
With the bride.
through them from the house out. A figure shaped almost, moving from shadow to shadow
Away.
towards Lady Watcher's house.
She has offered us a way in. I mean, it's not something that... I don't want to swear fealty to her immediately, but perhaps we can negotiate to hear what she has to say before we swear fealty.
We could say that we are bringing the Burgomaster to her to try and spare his life.
But then...
They'll be at the door in a minute.
It's either that or fight. We can't just leave them to ransack the house.
Yes, but if we take the Burgomaster inside, what is there to say that she doesn't kill him on sight?
Well,
Well, at that point, we've got her in front of us.
if we get her, if we can at least confuse her people enough to bring us with fake Burgomaster here to her.
Can we bring
30 seconds.
somebody who looks quite a lot like the Burgomaster, but at a glance maybe isn't, and then until we need the Burgomaster to be there?
But we have the Burgomaster. Well, the fake Burgomaster.
Yes, we do. But if we walk into the door and say, "Hey, we've got the Burgomaster," what is to say that we don't get all shot in the street?
You could at the Burgomaster and run, and they will
I'm
give
in
chase.
the mirror.
15
It's
minutes.
just the three of us.
Gabriel could look like the Burgomaster and then run. They give chase. He turns into a raven, flies away.
Yeah,
Once he's out of sight. I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
want them thinking that he can turn into a raven because
that might be bad for your people. Yeah.
I
Fine.
think us
Fine.
standing threatening is quite a strong deterrent, and Watcher has said that she would like to talk to us.
You hear a call from
Bring
outside.
the Burgomaster to her is not. We can say that he is surrendering to her.
Baron Vargas,
Must be a better.
the people have spoken. Your rule ends. You have not protected these people.
it'd be a better position for her if she has the Burgomaster on side to anoint her as the new position, rather than just killing him.
I'll open a window a little.
Right.
We're just talking to him about it. Give us a minute, and then I'll just shut the window again.
Just in case.
We should go rejoin the others.
Yes, we should. Just gonna have one last glance at the mirror on the way out.
Red's gonna be watching her quite closely, like.
I suppose we at least have the option that if it turns into a chase, he will be able to change into a bystander rather than necessarily
That
a
too,
raven.
yeah.
As you glance in the mirror, you see this elf again. Your eyes fixate on his, just staring at you. The hair swept back. Slight point to his ears. There's intensity to his eyes that you've not seen before. As his eyes don't stay on you for long as they move up and down your body. As he smiles. Go. I'll be with you. Always from now on. You'll never be alone.
Tears her eyes away and follows out the door.
Follow these two out the door. Make sure I look like the Burgermeister.
Yeah.
As they're walking to rejoin the others, Red's gonna telepathically message Gabriel and say, "There's something else going on with Hessia."
When isn't there?
There's always something going on.
Time, place.
Priorities,
Hessia, come on.
There's something going
There's a
on with all
hot
of
elf in the mirror already.
Not quite. She's still doing this telepathically. How do I explain this? I think Hessia was aroused by the mirror.
She's turning into Jakul.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No.
No, but I trust you.
I don't suppose there's the parable of like Narcissus in this reality. Oh no, he's turned into a bird.
Make your way downstairs.
I've only learnt from the best, okay?
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Good sample.
So,
As you do, you're surprised to see Mr. Lask inside, hands crossed, waiting for you.
the spy?
Where?
At the back door, back entrance.
Oh
where
yeah,
you-
there's a back door here.
So we
he
so we-
came in the back door. So,
so
you've been
we-
on the first floor,
Yeah.
and he sort of already gained entrance from the rear of the building.
There's
And
what is
as I clock
Who knows
him,
how long he's been
I'm
there?
going to momentarily turn around as we're coming down the stairs and cast Major Image behind us so that Gabriel walks down the stairs at the back of the party.
Ooh, nice. That's clever.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I like it. They only get a save if they interact with it, don't they?
I
think.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
it's just seeing it isn't a save, but interacting with is.
It's a concentration, so you've got to keep it up.
Yeah.
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 Well,
It doesn't actually say about breaking it, but I guess if you tried to shake
Yeah.
his hand, you'd realise it was.
As you start
fake.
making your way down the stairs,
But you
they
can't
see
feel it, I don't think.
Vargas walking with you. He gives out a little whistle from the back. I can't whistle very well. And the front door is opened as well. And you see the son sort of standing behind some of the others. You recognise a few of these are guards as well.
We all grouped up.
The Lady Watcher seems to completely outpower Vargas at the moment. But you are also very aware that you saw him spreading a lot of cash. So you've come to your sense then, good.
nobody wants a big fight.
From what I can see, it won't be a big fight.
Really?
You've seen us fight.
Yes, can't say that.
These 5 people killed all 3 of the Bone Grinder hags by themselves.
So what do you suggest then?
That we don't have a big fight.
Take me to your mother.
We have convinced the Burgermeister to not have a fight. He will stand
welcome.
down
And come with
for
us.
your mother. Will
Right.
allow us to.
When you cast Major Image, did you make the Burgermeister look like Gabriel?
No,
No,
I
we
just
have a
created
random
an
Gabriel.
image of Gabriel at the back of the party,
Yeah.
so that
So
he didn't
it
go
doesn't-
1, 2, 3, 4.
Where's
Cool,
the
okay,
other
cool.
one?
I didn't quite catch that.
So it
Okay,
doesn't
great.
look like Gabriel's
I thought you
missing.
made him look back like Gabriel.
No,
So we could do a
no,
reveal.
there's an
and
image
then
of
another reveal.
Who am I? Nobody knows.
I'm not that much of a slave to the dramatic reveal. It's close.
Start making your way across town.
Yeah.
Walking fast.
Yeah. They frog march you.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we gonna like
We're gonna
circle around?
the Burgermeister,
Yeah,
and they're
Burgermeister.
circling us.
Yeah.
Gabriel will be in the middle of
version.
our circle, so nobody accidentally physically interacts with him.
Fogemeister.
Fogemeister.
Fake Briel.
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Shambriel.
Shambriel.
Yeah. Will be good once this is all done and dealt with.
All will be well.
Oh, shut up. Make your way across, up towards the north, past the blue water, in further. A lot of the people with you seem pretty happy that
No fight.
there's no fight.
Yeah, it's good. All good.
Right, this is an important roll. Constance, you've got advantage. Just give me d20.
I hate that I don't have my actual dice for this.
I'm sorry.
Let me just dropped it out of my hand.
Got advantage. And that's an 18.
Good,
So
good.
18 is the better one.
18.
Assuming
straight roll.
high is good.
Assuming high is good, yeah. Oh no, I should have rolled a 1.
You're rolling Lady Watcher's save.
Bear with me.
Yeah, I was rolling how strong the barrier around Lady Watcher is. With
Yeah.
her fancy
Yes.
clothes. How strong that standing collar is.
Can it deflect enough?
God, I really need to pee as well.
It's a very stressful experience.
Very stressful.
It's alright, it's 9 minutes to 10. This is going to end on a cliffhanger, whatever we do.
And that's what we'll leave it.
You'll never know what that roll meant.
By the time we have a next episode, no one will hate you.
Oh,
One second, sorry.
pass me the beans.
Maybe next episode, Jakul will be a bit more of a nice person again.
Chilly
As
night,
opposed
isn't
to
it?
just
Not really.
scorching everybody we meet.
Hey, I'm pretty scorching.
Scorching hot in the mirror.
We need Jakul to be able to take a nap.
He's cranky because he hasn't slept.
Right.
I woke up
Do you
with
take a
no
nap?
shoes.
No.
A lot has happened to me today.
Surely you've got your shoes back by
He
now.
has got his shoes
I've
back
got my
by
shoes
now.
back, but it's the same day. I woke up with no shoes. Within a
still-
swamp underground with like undead,
An
still
undead
sore.
evil night thing.
and failed to climb a shaft
Repeatedly.
Repeatedly.
20
We
times.
don't know that.
Yeah.
Got covered in mud,
Oh,
shit, undead.
Admitted
Yeah.
that from your toes.
It was-
Yeah.
Yes, I did not tell that.
Staring daggers at Gabriel.
Yes,
As you walk in quiet across town, a lot of the guards are not meeting your eye.
Understandable.
You make your way to Lady Watcher's house.
I'm going to keep my eye on bland guy.
Bland guy. That's
The
most of it in Barovia.
No,
The spine.
the spy.
Murder boy.
Murder boy number 1.
Yeah, is he going back with us?
Yeah, but he doesn't walk near the circle.
Okay. I'll just be like keeping an eye on where he is.
You lose track of him. I'll give me a perception.
You never know. Might crit.
Yeah.
16. So where is plus?
No. You'd lose. You keep track of him for a while.
21.
Disappears. Ooh, that might actually.
I actually have some perception.
You lose track of him, but eyeball him every now and again.
Okay,
but there's a
that'll
lot
do.
of points where you don't know where he is.
Yeah, that's fine.
You've got a rough idea where he is, but he's
I'll keep that up
He's
because
with
I
us.
don't like
Sneaky
him.
doodle.
he's a sneaky sneaker.
He's asking for an arrow somewhere if it goes wrong.
You make your way back. All of the guards are with you. All the Lady Watchers army, about 25, 26 of them in total.
Very heavily armed book
Book
club.
club.
Some of them definitely look like book readers. Some of them look like guards. Some of them look like hired thugs.
Some look like all three. I had thugs read.
The other brother, the more incompetent one, the younger of the two, Carl.
Carl.
Oh, you know Carl.
Carl.
Makes his way out. You can see shock on his face and blood on his hands as he kind of looks up to you and eyes wide, deer or rabbit in the headlights. Nikolai, come quick. I was with her. There was no way anyone could get down there. As he kind of looks. What is it? We have him. Come, quick, brother. Wait.
Let's all go.
As they make their way into the house and you're kind of stood outside. Mixture of crossbows, spears, swords. The two guys from that window are still in that window. They've not left, and the two guards on the front door have not left.
If there is a problem, we should all go.
So now there's 30 people.
I-
Doesn't
I-
really seem to be anyone in charge at the moment.
Cool. Then I will say quite loudly, if there is a problem, we should all go, and I will do my best to kind of encourage the crowd to start moving, because you know that kind of crowd mentality when someone just like, we're going this way. Everybody starts moving.
Give me a persuasion.
Oh
Physical persuasion. You're
Can I
Oh, 17.
What? Wasn't that a 7?
Yeah.
You plus 10 to persuasion.
Yeah. It's called expertise.
talking.
There's an awkwardness to it of, is this going to turn into a fight? Is who's in charge now that Nikolai's gone? Are you on their side? You can see some people are not sure, and you've kind of got multiple different groups within this group.
Yeah.
A lot of the guards are kind of looking to each other and they're not really sure what to do.
That's why we're doing the whole confident, just moving.
You're going to walk through them?
Yeah. And I'll encourage them to go too.
I will follow.
Yeah, we'll keep our little circle.
Keep our little circle.
Ooh.
And you probably can't see it from that gold one.
Ooh.
Crit fail.
Yeah. They won't let Vargas in though.
Okay, then I will ask a couple of them just to stay with Vargas.
Yeah, probably none of the guards will go inside. The book club will go in with you. And the thugs won't either. They'll stay outside with you.
That's stay with Vargas.
Fine.
Right.
You make your way in.
I'm riding Vargas. You and me now, bud. And the voice
Gabriel.
in my head.
No, fake Brielle is coming with us.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise we'll just be like,
They won't let me.
No,
Fabriel.
Fabriel.
Fabriel. Oh wait.
Oh,
no,
Fabriel.
Fabriel.
Sure.
Fabriel. Yeah.
Yeah.
You make your way in. Follow the brother round the back.
Send him in first.
Well, the brothers, they're not really paying attention to you as they make your way down some steps, past another guard. You've been here before.
evil basement.
Did I get the tingle?
Evil basement. Evil
I wanted to go in the evil basement.
Opens
Well, you
into
almost did at the mirror.
the first layer of the basement. There's 4 beds in here and some living conditions. It's not particularly pleasant, but it's not bad. Cold and damp, but there are some torches down here.
How many people are with us?
So the book club, so 9 people, plus the 2 brothers.
So all her cultists are with us.
Oh.
So we're being escorted downstairs by all
You're
her
going
cultists.
into an evil basement with a load of
Into the evil-
cultists.
And I've got, yeah, myself and how many guards?
A few thugs.
21.
Yeah, easy.
Cool.
Look, you're both good at getting out of shit.
They make their way down a second set of stairs. Carl kind of shakes his head. I'm not going in there again. What can it be, brother? Let us see. Like, the stench of acid hits your nose. Like, you recognise it. It's not acid. It's very, very potent poison.
Oh.
Like, it comes from... Give me a knowledge nature.
Comes from something poisonous.
13.
You've never seen one. The mother's pearl plant, you think.
Yeah.
That kind of... You like step back as soon as you smell it. It is avoid this area at all cost. Getting this on your skin is deadly.
Yeah, I'm guessing Constance is in front.
Yeah.
Wait, who's in front?
Those without knowledge nature, it just smells like that acidy, like hydrochloric acid. It smells like that kind of scent.
Immediately she hands go out and grabs both of them. She's full on shaking, trying to hold back bile in her throat.
What's wrong?
Dangerous in there. Poison. Don't get it on you. Don't get it on you.
Okay.
Don't touch it. Don't smell it. Don't
You see,
get it on you.
Nikolai II kind of puts his hand over his mouth and makes his way down the second set of stairs. You can see a pentagram carved into the floor, various blood stains down here. It reminds you a little bit of the Durst family house. It's very theatrical, very over the top. Skulls with candles in them. That kind of setup. And you can see in the centre of it, dead. Clothes burnt, face burnt, but not by fire. 3 holes in her. A slit throat via a dagger. Green dripping from it. She lies dead in the centre of it. Near her, also dead, is a small imp. Demonic, fiendish. Also killed. Oh shit. And that's where we'll leave it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, mate. My goat would get on so well with that thing.
I think you should let the goat use the mirror.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Just with a dagger tied to its horn.
Could you pass up my card box?
It's a great mirror. I enjoyed the mirror.
Unicorn now!
So, thanks those who tuned in. Cheers. Areens01, who joined us right at the end. Tucker, you joined us just as we're finishing.
Yeah, boy.
Do you know when we're good for next week?
I cannot do Wednesday because I'm out
I
on a
also
school trip.
cannot do Wednesday.
Could we do Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday would be the better day for us.
I think I
Because
can.
we've only got a build weekend next weekend.
Thursday works for me.
Thursday's good.
Yeah, actually, that would be perfect because we've got
Let me
tickets
just
going out every other day that week.
Yeah.
So we're going to be busy at 7 and 8 p.m.
So Thursday would be absolutely perfect.
Thursday, as far as I'm aware, I'm okay.
Sweet.
As far as I'm aware, I'll let you know if there's any changes, but I know Wednesday is a big old no-no.
So I can't do Wednesday.
Cool, let's do Thursday.
It's Wednesday today.
It is Wednesday today.
Okay.
I think it might be a fighty one. I'm just gonna throw that
So
out
you
there.
guys, maybe I'm on guard.
We haven't had a
duty.
fighty one in a while.
We could have an even bigger fight.
Well, we haven't had a fighty one in a while.
Hey! That was a matter of life and death.
Yeah. I had to crawl.
You had to climb up a shaft.
Were you expecting any
Cool,
other
that's so salty today.
If we had, which is
Cold outside, not
expecting to
really.
use the mirror.
No.
I was not expecting you to.
Screw you, stupid
I
guard.
pointed it out too much. I should have made you roll to see it.
I remember
it.
I looked at it the first time we went in, but I
We
think
knew it was magical, but we
none
couldn't
of us
work
had
out.
identified, did we?
We didn't have the time to.
Yeah.
I think it might have seemed a bit forced if we hadn't already seen it and gone,
Yeah.
I wonder
Oh,
what that is.
let
I wonder
me-
what that
one
is.
second.
I want to see it.
I'm just gonna link the competition.
Making my way to it.
Right.
That came up so much.
So
It's like so
I
in my head now.
managed to fail to upload an episode.
Jack's very angry about that.
I know that we didn't use finger puppets.
Yeah, I was meant to tell you that you have to use finger puppets if it happens again.
What?
Nice.
Right,
get
did we
finger
lose
puppets
one?
in.
If we lose another episode, we need to reenact it using finger puppets.
Nice, love it.
So there's the competition. Come up with what happened on the walk back from the old bone grinder to Vallaki, and it will become canon.
No.
Especially if it involves Hessia and Jakul.
Talking about how to look in a mirror.
When you say look in a
It's
mirror,
how I lost my shoes.
look in a mirror.
Looked in a mirror.
And smelt of arousal.
Right.
There's a hot elf in it. You'd all do the same if a hot elf was in your mirror.
Right. Thank you, everyone. Again.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.